Hello and welcome to SteveKnows. Today is a juicy one, with more leaks showing off the rather sad looking Quest 3, some new Quest Pro footage, more insights into CloudVR Gaming, and the wireless dongle for Quest PCVR connectivity, new games, and so much more. Also, the new $100 Quest Store giveaway has begun, so please subscribe down below in the description and enter that giveaway. This would allow you to buy a bunch of games that you have wanted to play, such as the new bonelab that's just released, and I think that is enough chin wagging. Let's get started. So we're going to start this off with Braddo's insights. Again, this is a big one, so please bear with me, as he's shown off insider source material for the Quest 3 headset expected to drop in 2023. And some of you may be excited, some may not. Some of the decisions that Meta have done here for this headset confused me, but let's get into this. But not before we check out this picture of Bradley. He loved the last one I did so much, I had to do another. Hello, Brad. It's nice to meet you. So the Quest 3 is called Project Stinson, which follows the form being named after a beach town in California, giving what follows kinda some more validity. So the CAD file showed the Quest design, and it follows similar curves to the Quest 2, as well as a soft strap that does not have a battery counterweight at the back, which just baffles me as to why you want to put more weight in the front of the headset, especially after trying the Pico 4. It just felt incredible. It was so light and so comfortable. They reduced the form factor so much because they also got rid of the battery in the front. I don't know why they've not done that. Quest 2 straps will not be supported on this device either, as you can see a headphone jack and a USB-C port on the sidearms of this device instead. I probably think this is a way where they were trying to find space whilst reducing the form factor to keep those ports on the headset. There are also only 2 cameras shown on this headset for 6 DOF tracking, which is facing down towards the floor. This could be all that's needed as well, because the controllers that we saw leaked a while back for the C-Cliff, the Pro controllers, but the white version, they have cameras on them, and this could be used for tracking elsewhere instead of needing to pull from 4 cameras on the headset, because the XR2 chip is limited to 7 concurrent camera feeds. But that probably isn't the case, because there are more cameras in this headset for a push for mixed reality. The Pico 4 had an RGB camera on the front, and now these CAD images show a 4-camera array and a depth sensor at the front of the headset, taking advantage of the Intel RealSense technology. The sad part is, this next headset is not to have eye or face tracking technology, which would have really set this apart. But these features can be very expensive, and the Quest is to remain a consumer-friendly device in terms of price. And I honestly considered adding that tech as a next-gen progression, so this really saddens me deeply to see. The image does show that this headset is to have pancake lenses though, and they look huge. I got to try pancake lenses out on the Pico 4 during one of their events, and it is fantastic. Less God rays, super high clarity, and it allows you to reduce the form factor by bringing the display closer to the user's eyes and also helping to increase the field of view. Brad has also showed us an IPD adjustment wheel, so more granular adjustment this time for the headset, which is something we had in the Quest 1, and then they got rid of it for a 3-tier IPD system, so great to see we're going to have more granular control. It also has a 3-prong contact point at the bottom of the headset, which hints that this is going to be compatible with the charging dock of the Quest Pro, which also hints that the controller is being supported for this device as well. Bradley also said this device should be using the XR2 Project Halliday, a reference to Ready Player One, and having this next generation of chip with better cooling on the device should be able to give a decent boost in processing power, as the Pro is said to have 30% more due to the cooling, the better RAM placement, and then this chip should also support better PCVR wireless connectivity as well, which could help bring it into a next generation space. I will link Bradley's video down below in the description, as he goes in depth for about 20 minutes, so if you want to know more, if you want to get really technical, that will be down below in the description. I just covered what I thought to be the main points of this leak, so check out his video down below after this. And now on to the Quest Pro. The Zuck showcased some more of the Quest Pro recently, and he was still blurring the headset for some reason, even though we've seen this device a million times over the past year. This video showcased some mixed reality prototyping. He got some professional fencers in, and I don't mean a picket fence, I mean those with the pointy swords. And they faced off in a mixed reality game, and I honestly was impressed. The professional fencers mentioned the accuracy of the digital representations, the ability to play in your room. Granted, I am British, so the size of the dining room that Zuck has available to play this is kind of a pipe dream, but it's still pretty cool to see, and the clarity of the surroundings and the overlays were fantastic, especially knowing that this is a remote play session, and it clearly had that sense of presence that you were playing against someone else. This style of play is going to be great, especially if this comes to the Quest 3 based on the features we've just seen, where larger groups can enjoy this technology, because VR at the moment I find is a very single player experience in a local setting. Of course there are social experiences, but when you have people around you playing VR, it's kind of very solo. So adding board games to this and bringing it into the real world, and there are activities like badminton or tennis, something that you can play without the equipment in a larger space, is also very exciting. So I can't wait to try this device. Hopefully there are some experiences that go beyond this though, because this, I'm not into fencing. Some rather exciting news for PCVR now. We have more information and shots of the new D-Link virtual reality dongle that is going to allow you to connect your Quest headset to a PC, and is supposed to provide more than that soon as well. The D-Link posted a video on their YouTube channel showing off the AirBridge device that is going to support Wi-Fi 6 and contains proprietary algorithms and software to streamline the VR streaming process for the best possible experience. I cannot wait to test this device out. I want to check the latency of it and the reliability of it in terms of the dropped frames, comparing it to a dedicated router, which is my setup at the moment, because that router does not contain the proprietary software and algorithms that Meta are claiming, so we will see. They've also stated that this supports Windows 10 USB 3.2 Generation 1 ports. It's no secret that Windows 11 had its VR problems, and maybe that's why they're just promoting Windows 10. It should support Windows 11, at least I hope. We will see once I get it, but it's being marketed as a Windows 10 3.2 Gen 1 supported device. There is no release date or price either, but I am sure at the MetaConnect event on October the 11th, they will talk about this. There was even this image of the device on the Oculus desktop application from Caitlin showing us a step in its setup process, according to Bradley sources as well, and hints that I've covered on the channel before around the D-Link and its CloudVR services. They should be coming soon to the Oculus platform. But sadly, this is supposed to be aimed at the USA market first, with partnerships with AT&T and Verizon, where players can play Beat Saber, Lone Echo and Horizon Worlds via the cloud platform. And after this testing phase, it should also be coming to Europe and then move on to supporting 5G mobile data. So even though the Quest 3, there is sad news there in terms of its capabilities, the Oculus platform capabilities that it could be providing very soon could outweigh the smaller upgrades that you see in other competitors. And I find that a cloud solution is paramount, super important in the modern day of professionalism if they're pushing the Quest Pro device. Now, a game that was teased ages ago, over a year ago, has just popped up once again, called Runner from Truant Pixel, that is dropping on the Quest 2 this month on October 6th. This seems to be an 80s inspired anime experience that may remind you of Akira. The studio have provided a visual novel as well for you to read if you want to catch up on the story of the experience. And for fans of Cowboy Bebop, there is voice acting here from Spike Spiegel and Sandra Sad for the players of League and Call of Duty, which may excite some of you, and others you may be going, who? You look to be on the back of a motorcycle travelling at high speeds, taking out enemies by any means necessary. And it reminds me of an old school style of play. I just hope it has enough variety here to keep me interested and whips out the style of 80s anime in a way that it deserves. Also, fingers crossed for comfort options, because this looks intense. Time for the quick-fire news stories now, some interesting updates that don't require a lengthy chinwag that I thought you'd like to know. So bonelab has now been released, and we've seen a million videos popping up about this title, from reviews, gameplay, visual comparisons, and I also did a video on the bad reviews of this game that had been showing up, because some people have been loving this experience, some people have been hating it, and I found it interesting to go over what people are saying that didn't like it. But if you've not been following the hype, this new physics-driven action puzzler is available right now on the Quest 2 and PCVR platforms. So if you wanted to check out the most anticipated game of the year, it's now available. Original Quest headset users, you may be happy to know that the device will be getting hand tracking 2.0 support, which means much more accurate and reliable hand tracking experiences. It is a huge upgrade as well in its reliability. Although it's still not perfect, it's a huge improvement. So from December, when hand tracking 2.0 becomes the default app for all applications, dive in and try some titles you may have had a bad experience with at launch, such as Unplugged. This is a very interesting game, but hand tracking 1.0 just made this so difficult to enjoy, so this update makes a huge difference for that title. Nreal is now available in the USA, the augmented reality sunglasses where you can connect your phone, which could make a great tool for frequent flyers or travelers. There is now also limited support for iPhone users, which will make the device compatible for far more people. So it connects these glasses to your phone via a chunky adapter if you're on Apple, but it will then provide you with augmented reality overlays to watch movies, play games, or work. This is costing $379 for the glasses and $59 for the iPhone adapter.
Work out now!
Supernatural, the fitness application, adds Disney workouts, so whilst jamming to your favourite Disney tunes, you can work up a sweat. This is called the Heroes and Villains series, so you have some choices between the baddie musical choices like Scar and heroes like Hercules. This is a subscription-based service, although there are some free experiences. Maybe you want to check that out. Now, a recent tweet from Coochie Couture, which I rather do love that name, they showed a website selling the PlayStation VR 2 for £599.74, which is an odd price. I probably expect that to be a conversion price, as we like to do 99 pennies in the UK. So the initial price, we were told, was going to be around £400, so this is a big jump. This is much more expensive than that. It's more expensive than the current PlayStation 5, even after the price hike we've just had, so I'm not so sure. Even though other headsets with less features, like the eye tracking and the headset haptics, are above the $400 price point, or way above if they have those features, nearly hitting £1,000 or expected at least to be above $800. Ooh, could this be possible? Please let me know what you think. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. Please consider subscribing, joining that giveaway down below in the description, and hopefully I will see you next time. Have a great week. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.